I'm going to do my first video on the Flourance McClair Correctional Center, and going in there, I expected to see large jail cells with heavy bars. I didn't expect to see women walking around freely, just to places that they need to be. I expected to see armed jail guards everywhere, and I expected to see rougher looking women. And the feelings going in there, I was pretty scared, excited, and open minded. I was nervous though. So when I did walk in there, the first thing I saw was women standing in a single file line, arms folded, they're not talking. It's how I expected kindergarteners to walk to recess class after class. And what I also saw free roaming women walking around. I saw a lot of interaction between the inmates. In the yard, there was only rocks and concrete and no trees or shade or anything. It's just hot in the blazing sun in the desert. I also saw a lot of opportunities to better themselves. They had a whole bunch of programs that were focused on rehabilitation, and that's ultimately what the center was for, is to rehabilitate these inmates so that they can later on get released into the world so that they can make a life for themselves and have the skills to back them up. So in the reading, in the book, on page 250, Hanser discusses that it is complicated to address all the needs for women, but it is plausible. And there's 3 ways to do it. And the first is they evaluate a treatment plan to the individual. So however they can individually help that person to help get better. So I took it like in level 3 corrections, maybe they're trying to not get any write-ups so that they can go and like receive a little bit more freedom, earn it. And level 1 would be gaining the skills that will help them in their life when they get out. So like opportunities to go to school, get their GED while they're in prison, or high school diploma, or whatever the case may be. The second is that female offenders must be able to acquire needed skills. So what I thought, there was a really cool program for women that wanted to do hair, like a cosmetics program, and they can like graduate in prison from it. So that's a great thing that they can do, because when they get out, they have the skills to be a hairdresser, nail technician, or whatever the case may be. And the third is to address victimization issues, and to address them, they can come to a closure and better themselves. So if they were in a domestic violent relationship, they can talk about it and learn how to avoid it when they get out into the free world, and mentally rehabilitate and heal their brain so that they don't have to go through it again and end up in prison. Another thing I also really liked was they had a pet program, and besides putting down animals, dogs, they can just take the dogs, train them, sleep with them, and put their effort into making the dogs better so that they can sell them and give them a good home besides putting them down. That really focuses their talents on bettering another animal, which essentially betters themselves. So I thought it was a really good learning experience going to the women's prison. Leaving there, I felt really sad, and I wanted to help them, but I couldn't. So I just hope that they all are able to get out of prison and better themselves and learn from their mistakes.